Vuch. 1. There is a time to gain knowledge. Then all weapons are discarded. If you don't, your weapons will devour you. You cannot beat them, because they are hallucinations. They are illusions to distract you. The problem is something else. You have to pierce through it. 2. The eternal arrows. People no longer cared about the fair reward, but about the deceptive gift. The undeserved gift is a poison that deceives, gives illusions, and leads to destruction. Strength is not just strength. No. Strength is alertness, so a higher form of sensitivity. Good and evil must be redefined, placed in a larger context. These are war mysteries. She manifests herself precisely in the night through this process. In depth, this means that you flee in fear from the image you have made of the mother, because of the terrible terror. Here you will find the smallest knowledge in the depths. Knowledge will only be found in fragments. In the river of silence, this contradiction is found. Thus will all memories in the fire be jewels. Transforming poison into medicine is a separate art in warfare. Thus you can make a shield of war. There is a riddle in this, namely that they know that the past will be understood, and that through other combinations of the past, within the past, this will be the future, so actually there is no future at all, but only changing the past. So everything has already happened. So everything stands or falls by dosage and consistency. Everything will be subject to back translation and further translation, so that the meanings will change. This all happens in the past. So this is the contradiction between nightmares and dreams. You must discover the patterns in this, because they are your arrows in eternity. Your arrows will not penetrate deep if they do not contain nightmares, if they have not first gone very deep within yourself. The kingship in you must die, be pierced. This is the true resurrection, the resurrection in the naked wilderness. They live in emptiness and darkness. In Ceramian mythology, it was not Noah who brought the flood, but Ham. This was Ham's ejaculation. On the day of judgment, every woman shall forget her suckling child. War is the symbol of time, of the alternation of the seasons. If you want to bring things to a good end, pay attention to the beginning. Not forgiveness, but reward. The man must not just cross rivers, but meet the sky. The mother is an inner dynamic that should not be sought too much outside the self. Hence, the grown-up must be broken and pierced again lest the emphasis be laid upon the outside world. This is a great war, a dark abyss. She has poison arrows to paralyze her enemies with fear. She draws them to the rivers of death. In dark rivers she rises with the blood of the enemy. Her name is eternal. When she shoots, she does not miss. Her arrows are bloodthirsty in the night. They don't rest. Her arrows are poisonous. Illusions they are, to deceive the enemy. Full of deceit are her arrows. Lies they speak. No one can follow her, no one can find her abode. They all perish by her arrows. They are confused, and the light carries them away, lest they find the darkness. She is a great warrior mistress. Her eyes drop locks. With her lips she makes knots. She is the Most High. She gives them all to drink, lest they find her. The cup forms illusions on their eyes and hearts to confuse them. The heavenly lie wreaks havoc. A great deceiver has come. Watch therefore in this hour, that ye be not partakers of false works. In her cave she sharpens her weapons. She brings visions to those who honor her weapons. She teaches them war. She is the great huntress and butcher. She has great bloodthirstiness. Therefore do not think too highly of yourself, lest you be deceived by yourself. And because she is difficult, men began to make their easy gods. And the deception is great. But for her children, rejection is their bow, and depression is their arrow. Have you not read in the book The Great Deception of the Ver that the war is not material but in the realms of the soul? Be content with the circumstances you find yourself in. The enemy will not benefit from his wealth, and what he earns. Say to the enemy, I do not serve whom you serve. You do not serve whom I serve. I will not serve those whom you serve. For you is your reward, and for me is my reward. She does not touch the literal. She is the weaver of paradise. She wove paradise as in a mystery. In the depths of the wilderness she lives, to teach the brave, those who have come to her through their sufferings. She carries the stick of heaven. She tames conscience. She is heaven's revenge. And she gives visions through ointment from her breasts. And to the obedient, thou shalt wrestle with her. Thus shall you save your souls. And you will find the sweet. Man thinks he needs nothing. Do not obey him, but throw yourself down and draw near. Overconfidence leads to death. Revelation is missed through overconfidence. A revelation may be fixed, or depending on certain factors, revocable or irrevocable. It's not about fulfillment, but it has to attack the enemy. It must be edifying in heavenliness. It must be strategically sound and functional in the long term. There is no forgiveness but reward. It is commanded that the sacrifice be perfect, in the sense that nothing should be withheld from the enemy. No substitute hangs on the stake, but your own enmity. 3. You do not despise a broken and crushed one. The people are the sacrifice itself. Forget the outside. Sacrifices must be made in secret. This is the path from blood to heaven. The circles must be broken. All these beasts are but symbols of the heresy and disobedience of the people themselves. Heaven is behind the broken young man who weeps deeply for his sin. Blessed is he who returns to heaven in great fear and trembling. A broken and shattered soul is not despised by heaven.